We need to use mana sparingly. Alright, I actually wasn't sure if we draw this. That's super important. So basically I think this is a bait for Annex on the next turn. Alright, this is a good one for them, but we can answer both very easy. Alright, so this enters the board. We are fine. So we don't need to pay the ward because we have a perfect answer for this one. So far we are getting a little bit ahead with every trade, unless I pick this one. Non-token creature, please. Alright, this goes around ward. If we had to pay the ward, I would probably counter it. And now we probably need to get into Marang. I will try to not counter anything except the Annex. Told you. They were waiting for this. You need to counter. This is the best spell of their whole, deck, basically. If this goes through, you will lose the game. So, I think we chill here, and we try to hit Marang at the end step. I need them to not have another Annex. Phyrexian Arena. Bro, this guy is not whiffing on the 3 mana card advantage. Like, they put actually 4 Annexes and potentially up to 4 arenas. I can respect that. I actually played deck like this, it's pretty fun. So we need to get a lot of good answers right now. Edict can be nice. We need a land for sure. Exhale will be nice, but we need to discard something, alright. Do we pressure them? Okay, so I think we will give them this. Arena is weaker than Annex. So that's kinda important. And I think we'll just Marang at the end step and then stock up on our next turn. And we will... Okay, so we will try to play through the arena and just literally outvalue the whole deck. Annex is still better pick, so if they don't hit some Annexes, we should be still ahead. Don't forget they cannot interact with anything we are playing, and we can interact with what they are playing. We will go with Shores to fix the mana. No, I think we want untapped land. Even though the land is not perfect, but it's still untapped, so it gives us extra play. Let's go for Duress. Let's make sure that nothing super scary lurks there. Oh boy, the classic standard mono black. Let's go for the breaker, because it hits always. And we can actually go for Regent. They're drawing at the upkeep, so there is a chance they will top deck something, but if not, this puts a ton of pressure. They can go around ward, but they cannot kill Marang with the hand they have. I think this is a worthwhile risk. They are taking 2 random cards, and there is a solid chance they won't be able to answer this. But even if they will, we will just keep playing, we will stock up and get... Okay, this is really good. This is the type of card we want them to hit. Because we can kill this extremely easily. We Behold the Dragon. 1 black mana. That's the cost I'm willing to pay for basically answering the whole turn for our opponent. And now we can finally start to pressure them, which is something we absolutely need to do. Man, I kinda want to stock up here. Yeah, I think we have to. We still get removal, which is super important, but we need to keep going. Like, we don't have enough value right now. Alright, this is the type of value I'm talking about. We can also start copying some creatures if we see a chance for, faster lethal. Those double cards a turn really hurt us, but it's not the same level as Annex, basically. Strategic Betrayal. Well, that hurts us. But it is what it is, they will get some answers sooner or later. It's important that they didn't get the answer immediately. Right now we got some, value from the dragon. And now we have counters, very good draw, we actually need lands. We can counter only 1 spell a turn. We could also go for the Gearhulk, which is very hard to answer right now. The mana is super sketchy though. Let's go for it, because I think that if they don't play a spell, we actually waste a full turn. So I think this is better this way. I could also get cards myself, but I think we go for this. Let's make sure that they don't have good answer. And so we don't discard anything if there's nothing scary, because they draw a new card, so in a way you can help them if you make the wrong call here with the Gearhulk. Alright. Those 2 cards will be incredibly important. Right now they actually cannot answer what we are doing, and those cards need to give them the answer. Unfortunately they got the perfect one. Alright, the game goes on. I really hope if we can stick with a creature, then we can use the 3 modes and we can start, you know, duplicating it. That was my game plan to finish the game. But now we need to work a little bit differently. I cannot use Demolition Field, so I actually have still double blue mana. So at this point I need to wait for them to cast a spell so we can counter it and cycle our hand. We have good answers, but every turn we are falling behind. And they will soon start to hit more annexes probably. And as you can see, okay, this is actually huge. So if I target it, they sacrifice it in response. And then I lose the land. But then I still get 1 land. So I sacrifice 2 lands and I get 1 island. I don't think we're in such a hurry. Okay, very bad draw here. I would love them to use this Demolition Field, man. Well, I guess we get the last island, so it's kind of the same, I guess. Let's take the mana. Yeah, it's kind of the same. Thankfully we have an island in the deck, because otherwise we would be... Like, we need those Marangs and stock-ups. And some counter spells, but we already have 2 of the best ones, so that's fine. Basically we need to wait until they cast a big spell, and we get tons of value. We get like 3 for 1 in a way. Because those cards aren't very important, so when we cycle them, it's like pure value. Okay. If not, we just need to wait until we hit 1 of those cards. Alright, this is the type of card we wanted. I could play Marang and try to counter it, but I don't think it's worth it. Right now, okay, now we are going a little bit crazy. So this will be the turn when they can do stuff. If they pass the turn again, we start chaining Marangs and stock-ups, because the density of those in the deck is pretty high. This is rough. We have to counter this one. This is a good value, so let's go for it. And we want Chorus mana. Alright, better. Way better. And so they will probably drop something huge. We will need to answer it. If that's a creature, that will be an easy choice. Well, this is not the draw of my dreams, but Blazon can be useful to get rid of the arena, I guess. So that's not nothing. And we cannot Marang, of course. Let's play this. Do we want to stock up? No, because we cannot counter a spell. Marang is double blue, so we actually... Man, the mana is sketchy here in this game. We probably need a little bit more verges and islands. We still have 1 island and all the verges. Here's the Regent, a very good target for us, so we don't counter it. So we both have very good interactions, but we are trying to find an angle to finish our opponent, because we all have answers to basically everything. Non-token creature, just not mess it up, Sloth. Alright. So we answered this part, now we will go with Marang. This is really good. They cannot interact with this type of spells that absolutely demand answers. Triple land from the top. Love it, love it. Alright, that was less value than I expected. And let's go. We still need 1 more mana. I don't think we can go for 2, so let's go for 1. We want to go to 3, so the arena gets disabled. Alright. And that will be a bit of a hard game. They have all the removal in the world, 7 cards. We could go for the Gearhulk and see what they have. Oh, I don't have a counter. Alright, I messed up a little bit. That's not amazing. Alright, so let's hit their hand and see if they have answers. Well, that's a hand. We have an artifact, so maybe we go Bitter Triumph. Up to 5 counters, it doesn't matter too much. Blazon, you know, can make new ones. So I think we go for Bitter Triumph. This way maybe they won't have the answer for this. And if we can untap, this would be absolutely glorious. And because we actually cannot counter anything, we might as well use the stock up and refill for the next turn. Alright, so those are finally the biggest of hits. Alright, we need to get all of those cards. Marangs are also creatures, so they cannot duress it. That's kinda important as well. They can render inert, the Blazon, but it's very slow, so I'm not scared of it. Alright, this draw will decide where the game goes. This is the turn when they can go a little bit crazy. Alright, they need to double cast if they want to do anything here. That's fine, that's 2 cards. And we already got some value with the Bitter Triumph, so I'm pretty happy with this one. We got them to 5 cards only. At some point we need to go through this removal, so no. And this is the extra draw, so they will have 3 cards we don't know about. And potentially 4th with this one. One of them is a land, very good. Duress, painful, absolutely painful, but the best cards are protected. Losing a counterspell is very rough for us, we needed it. We have Exhales, but at this point of the game they will be way weaker. They can still hit something, but it will be weaker. And this is the last card. Oh my god, the best card. Oh, this one is painful. Alright. Alright, definitely a big issue for us. We can kill the demon, which is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, we just kill it. Easy as that. Maybe we should try to do it after the combat phase, but we know they don't have another demon. Alright, what a turn, man. That was the biggest turn of the game so far. We have a ton of value, but we need time to get it. Our opponent is at 5. They need demons desperately. Don't forget, this needs demons, but this one drains them permanently, forever. We can get this on the blue mana, or we can just go for Duress. So if they tap out, they die. I like this idea quite a lot. We can go Marang and draw a counter spell and then go from there. Yeah, I think we'll just let them drain themselves with this. This is already 3 damage. If they ever tap, Reef gets them. And we can maybe protect Reef even if they leave too little mana. Like, then Exhales are very good. Oh man, this will be close. I think we are getting to a point where we can actually out-control our opponent. But you can see it's not easy, especially with Annex. We probably need some removal for the demons. They kinda cornered themselves with this play. Sure, we will make new ones. They kinda do it probably to card draw, which is also good, it taxes their mana. Don't forget, on this turn we can draw Exhale, we probably will draw Exhale. And they are down to 2. They will be dead on the next turn. Alright, so we are going all in here. Let's go Marang, it should be colorless mana. That's a bad tap. Okay, now we are getting all the good stuff. And honestly, this doesn't matter. We need untapped land. Because other types won't really matter. And I'm not destroying Annex. I want them to have both Arena and Annex. And that's one of the downsides if you are going this route. I really like the Reef. This is important. This could be win-con. Island gives us more mana on the next turn. Okay, I will take a risky road. And maybe you just go Regent. This doesn't matter too much. Let's go like this. So that's one of the downsides with going Annex and Arena. If you are playing against Control, they can force no demons in the board for a very long time. Here's the Edict, very nice draw. We cannot activate the Reef because they are ready for it. So what can we do? What is the best play? Stock up will probably get some Exhales, which can be very useful. I think we go for stock up. We just need to get a little bit more interaction so we can force our opponent to not hit what they want. This is okay. So we can Marang into Marang at the end step, which will give us all the options. So our opponent needs to already make a demon, we can kill the first one, and then we can draw cards and make sure that it's worse on the next turn. Man, they need to have a demon at the end step of this very turn at every cost. And they cannot, and we even had Edict. Man, that was a game. Alright, I wish I had... Alright, one of those games. Alright, but we got a land. We still are super pressure. So those 2 creatures are here because we actually messed the opening. But now we can start countering. So this is 4 damage a turn. We need to survive it for a lot of turns. They went for Offspring, really good, except the counter spell. And we need to draw a land, preferably a basic, and that will fix close to everything. Alright, it's not basic, but it's something. And it's really close. We can use the Blast Zone to get rid of Recruit. We could also stock up. I think we counter spell right now, And then we go for stock up, try to hit black mana and cut down one of those. Bro, they are absolutely relentless. We could also sacrifice the Blast Zone. Okay, this is like a legit play, but we're losing a land, so I'm not super happy with this one. But we actually would get more stuff this way, because we remove the rabbit from the board too. I will make this play. This is a risky one, because we are losing the 4th one, but we still need like the basic. And this is a copy of a card, so... Oh my god. Oh, they have 3 spells. Well, that's a problem. Well, I kinda don't have a choice here. This card is so incredibly powerful that you have to counter it. We still are mana. Bro, please, please don't do me dirty like this. I really need to, you know, play my spells at some point in this game. This is not the... we do not have basic, man. We actually cannot hit basic land. Alright, so do we go for Exhale or Cut Down? We don't have a dragon, so it seems to be a Cut Down. I mean, I can fix the mana, but it will be too slow. I think we did really well, considering that we cannot play our spells. We can still win this. Okay. Oh my god, 1/4 of the deck to finally get the black mana. Well, that's on the rough side. But you know what, with this, maybe we can go Gearhulk into Cut Down. If we go Blast Zone, we have still double removal, so we can go for the Mentor. I kinda like it. Okay, I think this is how we need to play. Man, this will be hard. But I believe they can also whiff. I need to take the risk that they will Convoke again. Hop to it. Those will be tokens for 0 mana. A very nice counter spell target, but then we die. So I guess we need to tank it. And then go Gearhulk and try to survive on the live game. So this has to be Blast Zone into Cut Down potentially. I mean, it's not the worst. Okay, so okay. We need to do it now. I nearly missed it. We go like this. We sacrifice each creature, because this will grow with those. And we need this at low stats to cut it down. So we need to actually make the play before they do it. Bro, the Blast Zone of your freaking dreams. That's literally the best Blast Zone I have seen in my life. And now we can start... Yeah, I think it's worth it, honestly. We need to lower the pressure and we can get the last card if that's a good card. And here's the gear. Man, we can actually just tank it. With 3 steps ahead, we can counter a spell and still draw cards. Or double counter spell. We just take 2 damage. It's not mono red. They actually cannot burn you for the last damage. They need to play the game for it, which is wild. I will take it. We have Lifelinker, don't forget. So this one will absolutely stabilize us as long as bad things won't happen. It should be Exhale. Let's go. This is our last removal, but I think it's still worth it. We also know they don't have instants. Alright, so we go this. We still have a counter spell, but they have so much mana. So I'm scared about like one big play, but let's see. Sheltered by Ghost. They can do it. They can actually do it. And then what? We cannot counter it. I think we take the risk and we let them cycle. This card is really good. I mean, I know. Who would predict? They have 2 new cards, so there is a chance they draw something, but hopefully not another Shelter by Ghost, which means they cannot interact with the board instantly too much. Well, the Greedlord himself, they used Offspring, which is the reason we can actually counter it. Bro, absolute Greedlord. Man, they will lose with... this is like one of the top decks right now, so we beat one of the top decks on Mana Screw. I mean, that's pretty decent. What it reanimates? Is it dinosaurs or something else? It's something else. It definitely is something else. You can feel the slowness of our draw. We need Exhales and counterspells, man. Oh, this was the first target to counterspell. Exhale, well, we needed it on last turn. That was incredibly important. We would counter this, we would stock up, and then we are kinda okay. Here we still have a bit of breathing room, but with Collector's Vault they actually don't miss too much. So you need to prepare yourself for multiple zombie fights. And Rakdos joins up probably. But okay, maybe with this Exhale we can buy some time. I cannot tap out for Exhale because this is the turn to reanimate. As you can see, they are already preparing. Counter spells are really good with all the reanimators again around. We submit 0. Honestly, if not Collector's Vault, this would be close to game, because they probably don't have another zombie fight on average. However, with this, they will. And we need to get this turn free, so we can refill our counter spells while they are refilling their zombie fights. So this is a very rough situation for us. We can probably Edict what they get later, but it will be hard, man. We need to get into those counter spells. Alright, those are counter spells. We don't need a swamp. We have 2 lands for... Okay, this draw actually gives us a ton of value. Alright, now we can start doing stuff. I think I will open with... Well, Duress means we cannot go for 2 modes on this. Okay, I think we chill. Because this is exactly 5 mana. This is our favorite control spot when you can counter spell and fix your hand all at the same time, while your opponent is kinda struggling to make a one meaningful play. Collector's Vault is great, but it still draws only 1 card a turn. So, and they have like 4 zombie fights in the end, so you need 4 counter spell for it. So I think this is nice. They can cycle a card, but not much more. With this we'll try to probably get rid of the Exhale. Yep, this is the card we don't need. It could hit Sanctuary, but it's not the biggest deal. We can just, block it with something later. And we want a swamp so we can Duress on this turn and see exactly what we are dealing with. This could be a whiff, and they will cycle one of the cards. Oh my god, this is not a whiff. What? Well, this is the hardest hit you can imagine. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I'm happy we did not tap out. I could risk and go for the Gearhulk and try to hit this. But I think they will go right now for animation. And it's kinda clunky, so we'll just counter it. Yeah, Gearhulk is risky, because if they top deck another animation spell, we probably will lose the game. And every turn we are making progress with more lands, more counter spells, more interactions. And as you can see, they have 1 play basically. Let's go. This is their Hail Mary play, and it didn't work out completely. And now we need to refill like Exhales. Blast Zone can answer this. This would be really good. Okay, I think we want to discard a swamp. Those lands are actually kinda useful. Do we go for a Regent and Gearhulk to start hitting their face? I really want to get rid of this. So I need 5 mana for this turn. Oh man, I need this to be gone as soon as possible. Yeah, I think this is like top priority. If we can get rid of this, this will fix a lot of problems. That's the last remaining problem right now. If I just go with this, they will get probably 3 turns of double draw, which means I need another counter spell. So I'm not in love. Like, it doesn't give us anything. No way, they actually just hit a reanimation from the top. Alright, this is fine. This is fine. Man, I thought they hit Zombify. That would be game over. So what they can take? 3 steps ahead probably. That's okay. This is, this is a bit of a waste. They get, certainty that we cannot counter spells, but they actually did not make any progress right now in the board. They didn't, of course, exile any of the big creatures, which, would be nice for us, but of course that would be a misplay. And they can still cycle a card, but they need to discard it. So we can actually punish them super hard here. Let's go. 1 counter. And this will be the last problem gone. Then we unleash double creatures, double 4-drops, and we go for the lethal. And we need to go right now on this, while they cannot use it. We have 3... Okay, so we need a land. We need to cast Gearhulk. Probably. No, Scavenger is better. It's the same damage, and we don't need lifelink, we don't need a discard. Unless we want to cycle our cards. I assume 3 steps. I even didn't check what they, extracted. So they can draw and discard, but they cannot keep the card. And that's like the important part. I wish that was a zombie fight. They will get incredibly punished for it. So, Gearhulk can get us a card. Regent is harder to remove, but they don't care about it too much, to be honest. I think this is better. There's no way they are not casting anything that is meaningful instantly as they draw it. So let's try to get some Exhales because we still have counter spells. This is probably too slow. Alright, this is okay. We probably will triple attack them with Double Dragon and Gearhulk. That's a tally from the top. Well, alright, I guess I just got outplayed. Kid you not, I think we actually lost to this draw. No way, man. I worked so hard so they don't have more draws, and they literally played the whole game out of the top card of the library. That's probably a loss. Man, this is already 3 creatures with a single draw, and it just keeps coming. They can get a tally, even though they can only have 1 and still enters the battlefield, or just go Atraxa with haste. Well, that was a good draw. Alright, so our opponent will refill up to 7, hit us with Atraxa. Is there any chance? We can try to sweep, but they will have full hand of reanimation spells. We don't have counter spells. I'm not sure if we can win in any way. We literally need to tank all of those cards with all of this value, and I'm not sure if we can. We can sweep the board, that's the only good part. So maybe we attack with Gearhulk, they block with a tally, maybe. And then we see. And man, it's so hard. Like, I cannot imagine us winning from this position. By the way, guys, just so we are clear on this, this one card from the top was 8 cards. This was literally whole new hand. But you know, that's how it works. The combos in reanimation decks are pretty wild right now. Oh, they can just... yeah, they don't need to block. Maybe? Unfortunately, they made the right block, so they don't risk a tally. I probably needed this a lot. I get the life gain, so it's not all for nothing, but it's kinda mostly for nothing. How much mana do... can we -7? I think we will be 1 mana short. We can -6 on this turn, right? Maybe we can survive one more. Alright, maybe there is a chance. So we have 6 mana, so we need to play a Tapland on this turn. We can go Marang. And do something, I don't know what exactly. We'll try to get rid of Atraxa. Arden actually clears their graveyard. And this will die to a sweeper. And I can get this. I can pay the ward. I'm the owner, you know? I mean, we are making some plays. Not sure if that will be... I don't think it will be good enough, but this is the best we have right now. They can beat their Triumph at the cost of the treasure, but that's fine. And this is 11. I think it's 16 damage. And, man, is that exact lethal with Sanctuary? It might be. It's still the best play. We won't win otherwise. So they're getting rid of the Regent. We got those 2 creatures. This is 11, 16 damage. So yeah, this is exactly lethal with Sanctuary. No way, man. They can draw more cards. They have Atraxa? No, they can go for Vargold. One of the reasons I'm trying is that they exile a card from the graveyard forever. So if you can sweep the board after it, there is a chance, you know? Oh, this is 11-11. Oh, right, they can flip it as well. So this is 11 poison. Alright, let's go. Let's go. That was a cool game. You know, this Zombie 5 from the top was kinda game deciding, but I hope you enjoyed still. Opponent is starting with some pretty cool sleeves, and we are playing against Roots deck, so we better Duress them instantly. It's so incredibly important to get rid of the roots, if you can. Let's Duress. This is like a must. Do you have it? Yep. The answer is yes. They still can draw more, but now their power just has been lowered substantially. And now we can try trading, but it will still be a bit of a challenge, especially with Overlord already in the board. Like, they will get a lot of stuff, and this will transform at some point, so we need to be ready. And they might still draw another route. So let's go for the fast land. We go for Edict, I guess. Yeah, we should be able to just play this on turn 5. It shouldn't matter too much. And this one can be exiled, but without roots they don't get too much value out of this. And 1 damage shouldn't be, you know, the biggest difference. Alright, roots, no, no, no. Alright, alright. If they hit roots, we would be in some trouble. We still need time, we are on only 2 mana right now. We need to go into 5-6 to, you know, get ahead. Do we want to get rid of the Maverick? Probably. Probably. And non-token creature. It's not the biggest deal, but we don't have any other targets. They have a lot of small creatures, so cut downs will still find the target. And, you know, like, we need to we need to work with this one. Alright, we have a counter spell, finally. But you can see that it's not easy. They are putting so much pressure with tons of small things. And so they can take what? Artifact, creature, or land. Not an enchantment, that's super important. They might go for the Overlord. And, oh, they milled the second one. You need to pay attention to roots. See? We got the first roots and they're out. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed, and what a time to be alive that Dimir Control is actually stealing top spots in the tournament. So I hope you enjoyed. This is my favorite type of archetype. Like, Dimir is the control I always enjoy playing. So I hope it was the same for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the patrons that allow us to, you know, have this kind of magic on the channel. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.